everybody. So, I am here at Olympic National Park, or at least right next to it, um, or in between it, rather. So, Olympic National Park is made up of the rainforest, which is inland, and then there's a block of like public land, and then there's a strip right on the coast that also comprises part of the park. So I am in between those two, just outside of a tiny town of about 3,000 people called Forks, Washington, at Olympic Adventure Camp. I couldn't get a site in the park, so this was the closest that I could get, and I'm pretty pleased with it. It's all right. There is a plastic picnic table, which has been a struggle with, like, I can't set a hot pan on it or something like that. So, but other than that, I think things are going all right. And I have a fire going, as I mentioned, but I am kind of struggling to keep it going because everything is wet because I am in a rainforest. So this is a temperate rainforest, and that means that it's not hot. So tropical rainforest is hot and wet. This is a very mild climate. Stays about 50, 60 degrees pretty much all year round. And it has been in the 50s and 60s the last couple of days since I've been here. So today I went ahead and went into the park. And first I went into the rainforest. I went to the visitor center there. There's a couple different local tribes that the rainforests are named after, and the one that I went to is called Ho, H-O-H. And they have a wonderful little trail there, very short, not even a mile, just a little loop that you can go through, but it's called the Hall of Mosses, because as this is a rainforest, moss is something that grows a lot here. And so this is an area where there is an abundance of moss and ferns and other wet-loving plants. So I got some neat pictures of the moss on the trees and things like that. And I got picture of a cool bug that I have to look up later because I don't know what it is. It's got a really, really long tail. And I got a picture of this like foam that I kept seeing on all the plants, and I didn't know what it was. So when I finished the trail and went back to the visitor center, I asked the rangers there, and they were like, oh yeah, it's this thing called a spittle bug. And so apparently they are these bugs that eat the plants, but the plants are mostly water. And so in order to get enough nutrition, the bugs have to relieve themselves of the extra water. And so it comes out in their waste, but their waste is foamy. And so they sort of build these little foam nests that they live and hide inside of while they're eating the plant, which I thought was kind of cool. And then I think the coolest picture that I got today, and I do still have to look this up because I'm not 100% sure of it, but it was these itty bitty, I mean, the biggest one was 1/4 of an inch across, teeny tiny little bright Pepto-Bismol pink mushrooms. They were tiny and beautiful. And if it is what I found the rangers showed me, then it has like the best name ever. It's called fairy barf lichen. Because apparently it looks like a fairy puked there. Yeah, I'm excited about that one. That one was a cool find. And lichen is a mixture of a fungus and an algae, which algae's plants and fungus is not, but they work together and they share nutrients. And it's a symbiotic relationship. And in most cases, the fungus cannot live without the algae, and the algae cannot live without the fungus. So, uh, lichen is a very, very cool, not single species, although most lichens do have a single species name. It's two different species that live together. But um, so then after I finished that short meander along that trail, I went over to the coast, which is about an hour and a half drive from one part of the park to the other part of the park. Um, and I walked around on the beach for a while. And Unfortunately, I hit the beach like right after high tide, so I wasn't able to like do any tide pooling. The low tide was at like 7 o'clock this morning, so I completely missed that. Um, uh, so I am a little sad that I won't be able to get to do any tide pooling today, but on my next stop, I might be able to if I get up early enough in the morning. So we shall see. Um, and But I walked around on the beach. It's really cool, the power of the ocean. You don't really like think about it until you go to this beach and there are these massive trees, like 4, 5, 6 times the size of the ones that you see behind me, and the entire tree is just driftwood on the beach. Um, and you know, the this particular beach that I went to was called Rialto Beach, and it is very rocky. It's not sandy, but seeing, the size of the rocks that the water is able to throw up on the shore, and thinking about the immense time scales over which all of these rocks are getting pounded over and over and over and over again, and eventually this beach is going to be probably a black sand beach because it was very, very dark. um, so that is very cool. There were a few big rock outcrops out in the water that you could watch the surf pound against. It was fun watching the people who weren't paying attention to the waves, but looking at things on the shore and getting splashed by the waves. Um, yeah, I walked around for about an hour, sat and just like stared at the waves for a while, which was really fun. Um, Watched the weather come in from the Pacific Ocean, and yeah, just kind of contemplated life, which is not something you'd get to do every day. So it was nice to just like stop and zone out for a while. Um, and by that time, it was dinner time, so I went ahead and came back to camp, and I made kind of leftovers because I'm trying to like use up what I've got uh, before I head to my next stop. Because from here on out, I've only got one more night of camping. Everything else is going to be in hotels, and so there's not like a whole lot of point to having a lot of food. So I made a couple sausages and some leftover vegetables, and just had dinner. And now I plan on just hanging out by this kind of fire, uh, and read a little bit for the evening. And then gonna get up early and head out because my next stop, which I am very excited about, is actually Victoria, Canada, which is on Vancouver Island. So I have to take a ferry there, and the ferry leaves at like 12:45, but um, I I have a reservation for a later ferry, but I want to get on that 12:45 one, and so they reserve a few spots for like first come first serve, and they told me that I have to get there like 3 hours early, in order to be able to get one of those first come first serve spots on the voyage that I want to do. So, um, yeah, so I got to get up early, get packed up. The port that the ferry sails out of is about an hour from here. So I've got that drive to make after I get everything packed up. Um, but I am excited for what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be up there for 4 nights. So then after that, it's kind of just heading home. Um, I might stop at Badlands. I tried to go to Wind Cave last year, but they were replacing the elevator, so I was able to drive through the park, but I couldn't go down in the cave. So if time and energy levels allow, I'm gonna stop there and take the cave tour. But uh, other than that, yeah, I'm just gonna go and see Canada for the first time, so that'll be fun. So yeah, that's about all I've got for you guys right now, and I will update you when I've got more. Bye.